Hi everybody, welcome back to Rusty Gears Season 4, Episode 52 with me, Sid. We are just starting out here in the forge, where I am knocking out the bloom ribs to pick up the additional meteoric iron that I have processed. Wrong box, we'll take you, those come up there, make those, 1, 2, 3, 4, boop, 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 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, one too many. Doesn't matter, I'll just make less next time. And yeah, I've just, between episodes, I've been doing a little bit of housekeeping and getting on with stuff. So we've run the meteoric. I've also run another batch of copper. I've run a few iron blooms. I've still got a whole load to process, and I've still got a whole load of iron to process, but 60 iron blooms there to process. There's copper, there is meteoric. We'll grab you, we'll go and set those running again, keep them. One day I'll get to the point where I've done all the meteoric iron that I own. That should be done. We need you. In you go, light those up, and have done. Now, we are in spring, it's May, which means, looking at the map, I think my fruit trees may be flowering, because they vernalized over winter and went dormant, so that means that they are ready to produce fruit this year. Now that's not the drive of this episode. The drive of this episode is somewhere else, and I'm going to, well, we're going to have to go and gather a few resources. I don't have a lot of what I need. Punk's build, it gets bigger. It's mainly built out of dirt. I think he's still trying to get to the size or shape. I'm not seeing these. These are still showing as dormant. Might be still showing as -2 up here, which would make a difference. But as it gets warmer, we should get these to fruit, I hope. If they don't work up there, then I might even plant one actually in my garden, but we're still got a little bit of ice in the pool, not in the hot tub, steaming away there. And also between episodes, I have done another 3 Langstruth hives, so I've now got 7 of these running, and still got quite a lot to go, of course. These are ready to harvest again, so at some point I'll get those done. This is just something I'm doing between episodes now. I'm not making a big song and dance about them. We'll get these built up, we'll get them large. To be honest, I think it's going to take a fair old amount of time. Wow. Yeah, the seed punk is mainly modelling in dirt to start off with, and I suspect he is going to use an awful lot of pallets to get the coloured blocks on there. So, what is my plan? Well, my plan involves places like this. And I'm going to fly over to this one, but because this is an old ruin. But the stair ruins are probably one of the better sources of palisades. I think we could probably also head back to the... We'll check here first to see how much was left, if anything, and we will. I think it was myself who raided this, so there might not be much. But now we've got the flight, we can get away. Oh, maybe there is. Oh, okay. Slow myself down before I kill myself. Rift activity is high, so I shouldn't expect to be uninterrupted for any length of time. Yep, thought so. Oh, good grief. If you hit the ceiling with the angel belt, you basically stick all your arrows in the ceiling, which is a pain. But yeah, I want a lot of these palisade blocks, or a reasonable amount. I don't think I need a lot, but I'll need probably everything that is here. And maybe, just maybe, a little bit more. That, or almost all of them. Yeah, nothing done that one. Just looking to see if there's one of those. You know, in these you get the little prison section. I'll use for want of a better description. That's made up of all the palisade and these fence blocks. So, you know what? It'll probably be rubbish, but not really the section I was after. Oi! I get a strong suspicion we're not going to have that section around in here. Just a lot of those old doors. Yeah, okay. That's a little disappointing. But yeah, I think that was the same way, wasn't it? I just kind of double backed on myself. Somehow, there we go. So that leaves that one that I haven't actually harvested the palisade from there either. Ah, this was the bit I was after, you see. There's just a lot of the blocks I'm after. It's not particularly rare. I will go to the town hall and see if we've got the palisade plans as well, because if we have, I can check on what is actually involved in crafting those, because that's useful to know for the future should we need more. There we go. Oh no, need more. Probably about it. Alright, can't be bothered to fly home. Let's warp home. I decided to get myself a new rune again. Right, so we've got that. That's probably the first thing we need, and then we'll head down to spawn and deal with. Don't need you, but we can have any palisade blocks I've still got. All good. Lots of palisade. That's probably way more than we need. Let's head to spawn, where I will. I'll see you there. Alright, so in spawn, obviously, one of the things we have in the town hall is this filing cabinet, which holds. We do hold the palisade. A couple actually. Just have a look at the. So it's an ingredient for any of the palisade blocks. We just need to make palisade, which we make with support beam. And then you can use that. Oh, you can use that for those. Interesting. We can make actual variations on the palisade, little corner pieces by the looks of it, which I didn't know were a thing. That's useful to know about. And we've even got ones with a bit of flax to give it a little bit of colour. Okay. Interesting. I would need a lot of support beams for that, and I don't know whether I've got any for starters. I suppose I could check the museum basement to see if there's any things. I did make some for the... Oh, I grabbed some, made some things. Oh, I still love this build. I love the way this build is coming together. So... aged, and... I think that's an oak support beam. I don't know how many I'll have, if any. So that's used for that. We can use it. There's 20 there. That's enough to possibly make. We'll take them with us. Worst case scenario, don't need them. Best case scenario, oh, there's 28 there as well. I'll leave 16 because they've still got more of these light holders to do at some point. Right, let us go and do what part of my crazy plan is. Well, it's not actually. I was in the right place to go and do my crazy plan. So over at the lazarette, when myself and Gran went adventuring 3 or 4 episodes ago, in this direction was a ruin, and I made reference to really wanting to refurbish it, claim it as my own, so to speak. Not for any great reason, I like the ruin and I think it would look really good refurbished. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off just getting the basics of the ruin done, and then we can look at polishing and refurbishing. So for example, if there's an aged door in there, we might change it to a nice shiny new door. If there's what else might there be? Aged beams, we might change them to nice shiny new beams. We're not going to make it completely shiny because that would be somewhat counterproductive, I think. But we can rebuild these ruins. I can go. There's lots of andesite ruins about, so we can build these up as little cottages. We can turn this into a small version of the village. Oh look, there's a whole load of andesite. So yeah, we can. We've got that. I think I've probably got some of these barricades actually. We can get some of these half slab paths in. Got that awful. I wish that they would connect when they go in. I'll have to fix that. But then you've got all of this. There's a whole load of rotten stuff around the place. But what we've got here is these walls. And what I think we should start with doing is, we'll leave you there for now. For example, we can, I think you're probably those ones. No, you're not actually. You're a 3. You're that. Do I want you to be a 3 or a 4? I think we should make you a 4. Maybe we're not with that there, so like that, and basically we can build up and freshen up this fort so it's fully functional again. No breaks in the walls. The walls are all nicely done. Now there's a break over here, which I think we need to fix. I probably want to bring this entire wall up, and then we'll bring the inside palisades up and around and just start tidying. I don't know what this is, but I'm going to assume it was a building, so again we'll build on that. We can pick up these. I'm not sure what else there is, if there's anything broken that we need to fix, but yeah, there's a lot of stuff. I love these it's just details, you know, in these places. So doors are gone, so we need to do floors need replacing, tidy up, big old piece of work. Not sure if we can get away with putting a lantern on that. We'll have to try. And that one. Yeah, big old tidy up time. So let's get let's get the walls done for starters, and I'll be back in a bit. Alright, so should the horde arrive tomorrow, the walls are intact. Down there and down there. We've got a whole load of palisade left over. I don't think we need it for anything. See, I think that those want to move. I think this probably wants to become more of a gatehouse with maybe some aged thatch on the top. That can continue on down, and then we can work out what I'm going to do with these, if I'm going to do anything with them. I mean, I may not do it. It might be just that we just get rid. But these are this looks better already, just having the walls in place. Maybe I need to get rid of that tree and just see what's in here. A lot of sand and gravel. So that could be quite a sizable property. That also probably needs to lose its tree. I really could do with some strips of nails actually to make a chest, so I can dump some of the stuff I'm picking up, because this is and then we can replant the trees. Yeah, I'm happy enough with that. We need to lose those. Definitely need to do. See, I don't think that would be there. Maybe not. Barricade. I mean, once we've restored, we probably wouldn't have a lot of that around. It would just be around the front, wouldn't it? Now, you don't put spikes in an area that's lived in. They're a defensive measure. So there's work to do, I think is the word. But first things first, I probably just need to get rid of some of these plants that I picked up along the way. Yeah, we'll get rid of those. We'll empty some of these vessels, and we'll break the various vessels we've got as well. So that can go. You've got a forage vessel there. What would be really nice is a vessel that gave me some strips. Farming. Yeah, you see, we're in trouble already. Let's well, there's a simple solution, isn't there? Put down my tent. I haven't got nails and strips on me in there. I probably haven't got them in the tent either. But That doesn't really matter, does it? What matters is having storage in the tent, and we can check. I might have something. I've got some ladders, they could come in handy. I've got a whole load of bits from the great machine, could also come in handy. That. I've got some of those, that can go in. Keep hold of that, and that can go in there. Yeah, really not. Not a lot in there, is there really? But we've got lighting. We'll put the things. I might actually, these are actually probably worth copying because they're really nice lampposts. And they work. I mean, that just went on. I didn't have any issues whatsoever with that. So that in itself is quite the pleasant rarity. Let's more of that. Wow, some shovels. Another one there. We probably need to get rid of a lot of this grass that's cluttering up the area. Certainly this tree. I mean, we can plant a tree again later. I don't need a tree right now. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. We're starting to look like we're clear. I think the next thing to do is shade back the grass. I haven't got a scythe on me, so we'll do it the hard way. I'll be back in a sec. Okay, looking cleaner in there. We do have to do something with these bodies that were left behind. There's one up here. I mean, it's a decent thing to do, isn't it? So I popped home and I grabbed some grave markers. So we're going to grab you. And we're going to fly off over here actually and just get rid of all of this rubbish. So I'm picking up all of these and we don't need them. They're not necessary for anything. Because I'm not doing, you know, a exchange for clutter this time around. This is a thing. These death cap mushrooms need to go as well. 2, 3, and there's 4, and then there's some loose bones. Now what I would like to do is I'd like to replace all of this with soil, so we'll get those for starters, and those. They can be buried with the rest of them, and I'm not going to use the bony soil for anything, I don't think. We will get rid of the death's head, the death cap mushes, because I think they are minus 50 hit points. So they're basically instant death. Yeah, they're really not good for you. I need some more dirt as well, but that's fine. I've got some in the tent actually, but so what we're going to do is we'll grab, we'll go into these and just make sure that I've got all of the diggy bits out, and we'll give these guys a decent burial like that. What I will do also is I've got 10 of these, so I can stick the bony soil in, and then that will give me more soil to use next door, doesn't it? Yes, it does. And it kind of fits the theme. You know, we're coming to restore the place. There's the remains of these poor souls that died here. and let's try that way. Perhaps we'll stick you that way. You can go, hello, there. That can go there. We'll give them there. Their gravelly tops. And then we shall pop that down, and then we've just got one of those. I didn't have a lot of grapes. I think these are something I'm going to have to start collecting when I go out and about in the world. So that's the remains of those poor souls that that died in this castle. Need 3 more dirt. So yeah, we'll grab dirt. We'll keep the paver's blueprint. We'll drop off the bony soil and the bones. We've got that for a reason. That can go in there temporarily. Lovely. So that was not what I wanted to do. That was more like what I wanted to do. These, you know what, they could just go. Let them despawn along with those, because I'm going to kill myself with those if I'm not careful. Right, he's starting to look more complete. Let's dig that up and replace that. We'll take that out of there. I'm going to get rid of that block. I don't like it when you have fences connecting like that. It annoys me. It displeases me. And we'll have rid of that because I don't think that serves any useful function. So we've got that. This is all cleaned out apart from, I think there is a few, there's a few vessels, a chair, and then there's these things on the walls which I would prefer not to be there. There's these stains which we can take off. That will clean up the place. Probably put that in there. I think that's chiseled in, so we probably need to break that to get rid of that one. But it doesn't take much to get and clean this stuff up. The building itself doesn't actually require a lot of work because, you know, we want that age structure at the top to still be there. The floor, I think, no, that's integral, we can't get rid. Okay, that's fine. See, these are an actual creative layer in the game. If you ever investigate the creative building menu, you'll find these are almost like paint-on layers that you can apply, and it's a real shame that we can't get them in survival. You know, even if it were by a blueprint. Now there might be a way with a blueprint, to be honest. If I don't know for definite on that one. I've never come across a blueprint that gives me those, but that doesn't mean it's not a thing. You see, we're cleaning up already. This is looking better. think that's chiselled in. We are kind of stuck with those stains there. That's fine, don't mind. We've got our nice little roof, we've got that. It's starting to come together, I think. And I need to know what I also think what I actually want to do with this. Because it's one thing to build and restore something, but you really do need to have a reason for building and restoring it. Similarly with these, you know, I need to have a reason. This house here, don't even know what that bit's supposed to be. But we'll get there steadily. Now, let us tackle dirt and stones, basically. So if I go around and just grab a few of these, so I've got dirt. I need to break them up anyway because they're going to be in the way in the future. That needs to go anyway as well. That really doesn't belong there. Not entirely sure why I've got that, but it's gone now. And then that will give me what we need to make what I need to make here. So what I would like to do is I would like to take these up, get rid of those. They could be anything actually, because it doesn't matter what I put there, because he's going to be completely hidden in a moment. Because that is going to be granite blocks. That can be granite blocks. They can stay as spiky bits. And this can come up like so. And then we will do that. That will give me, unfortunately it's going to be andesite version, but not the granite version, or the bog standard version, as you might think of it. And then we can do something similar here with a little bit of dirt and that. Oh, interesting. It is interesting. Why are you like that then? I mean, that makes more sense to be like that. Then a little more of that. Let's do that as those. I need one more craft, I think, of these for this bit anyway. That gives us a smooth transition up to here. Then there's just this lot to do, which again we're going to use the granite. Do I need another craft? I do. Okay, that's fine. So that gives us that. That restores the path up here. I could stand to replace some of that to be a little bit more robust. So armed with that, the next thing I want to do is get this path around the edge here. So do I want to let... Is the grass actually going to grow here? I don't think it will, you know. I've got a feeling that this is desert, and we won't get any regrowth of grass or stuff that we've dug. So maybe we take packed dirt and then turn that into rammed earth, which I think will be the better option down here. Because at least that looks structural, doesn't it? As if, you know, there's been a deliberate choice to use this harder building material. I'm going to take out that block as well. Yeah, I don't dislike that. That works well for me. So the question is, what do I want to do here? Should I make this into a small field? We can keep those to one side. That can be 1, 2, 3, so we can make that into a water source. And we could plant 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So that would give me a, yeah, that might work. We could even, let's take these out of here. I don't like the way they join up, as I've said before, but a little bit more of aged fence or old fence and we'll be laughing there. Don't know whether I've got any anywhere, but yeah, there's some here, look. So we can maybe steal that one. That kind of, that gives me 3. Is that enough? Yeah, and then that gives us a small plot for crops. That works. Okay. Let me visit in my mind what I'm trying to achieve here, and I'll be back in a second. Alright, I've rethatched the roof and we're building a gatehouse. I keep going over there and pinching bits of the stone to build this. So yeah, I went over to the castle over there and borrowed the archway and the crenellations and got a little bit creative. Curve that round. We're going to come around here. We've got the gates under there, look, all fine. I need to move this, and for that I need those. Now, I came to start, how do I put this? I wanted to put a door in here, but these are half blocks. I can't put a door in there. However, I have an idea. It's not as good as it might have been, but we can we can certainly do that. Yeah, that's fine. No, that's not fine. That's fine there. So again, we'll just take that up there. You see, there's always a way to achieve your plans. It's not always the best, needless to say. I can't put things in these blocks now, but I wasn't intending to do a lot of decoration in this space anyway. I've put a garden in. I've got with the side. I haven't decided what to do with this yet, but what I do want to do is I need a hammer. Just whiz over to my box. Can I aged log, hammer and axe? Can I can debarked aged log. Let's just do a couple. Reason being is I suspect I want to move this, and I suspect that because that says aged debarked log, and if we were to grab my chisel and have a look at that, it is an aged debarked log, so I suspect that is an aged debarked log as well. So let us copy that, and we can move it. Excellent. A plan without any flaws. Let's do this in the correct order though. Then that. What's that? Hang on. No. Old rope. How do I get that back? Put that. Don't know what that is. Don't care. So the only thing I want to try and finish off this episode now is just get this gatehouse finished. We're going to go and borrow some more of this ruin, and just grabbing solid blocks because that's the only thing I want. Are we going to use it all? Probably not, but I may tear it down, and I could also then be tempted to fill in the desert blocks just so we've got a we don't have this ruin here all the time. So I might tear this down completely, but that's something I'll do between or off camera and between episodes, because probably not the most exciting thing in the world. So we can take this, let's go and have a look at what we've got going on over here. So I think we can come up here. Let me get some of these blocks down. Okay, we'll just do that so we can vary our blocks up. Like this. Now I think we should chisel these all the way down. We can copy that, rotate it, and that just gives a shape. Not necessarily a brilliant shape, but it's still a shape, and that's what matters. And then we can perhaps like that. Now this is where we need to probably get clever. Because I don't think we can fit through that. As that stands. There's a cat at my door. I don't know which one it is, it's MJ because he's the only one that's not in with me. That works. And we can pop a block there, block there. That gives me a solid roof. We can arch this properly from there. We could even arch this side if we wanted, but I may make that solid yet. So I think we could probably add to put a little arch in this side, a really shallow one. And then we probably just need to come and figure out how we're going to do this, but I'm probably just going to build a wall. I don't think we'll have crenellations, particularly over that side. I'll work it out. So let me just do a little bit more digging, a little bit more poking around, working things out, and I'll be back in a second. Alright, I think that is about it for this episode. So I've got the walls done. I've got a gatehouse, I've got a banner, we've got ladders, we've got gates going in, defences, we have given the poor souls who lived here a decent burial outside the walls. We're still got to come and do a little bit of work inside, but right now we've got a structure here. I think possibly some steps or something, but we can get up, get on the top. It's defensible. You can, well, theory, yeah, you can fire down. So that's good. The inside is pretty much cleaned. It is starting to grow some plants back, but we will replant it. At the moment it's just cleaned down. I've put in a little garden, so this is self-sufficient. Rethatched the tower and put wooden walkway all the way around the edge, built in where the walls have been breached. The tower has now got doors, even though they are peculiar setup. So I need to decide what I'm going to do with this. We need to decide what we're going to do with some of the space in here, and then I need to come up with a design that I'm going to use for these, and I'm going to try, I've got some ideas, but right now I think that will do for this episode. We'll continue tearing that down for a resource, and as I say, I'll probably end up tearing it down completely and just taking it back, because there's a lot of decent aged andesite there, so it seems a shame to waste it. We could put some berry bushes inside the walls. You know, there's a lot of things. May consider putting a chicken or a pig pen. Maybe we could put a little pig pen somewhere. I don't know where. Somewhere down here, perhaps. We could stick a little tiny pigsty, some fencing, move the pigs over. That'd be doable, and it'd also give me a means to get rid of this dirt that is probably never going to grow out. Yeah, this is, a lot of these will be stunted. This is not a cool climate, so, but it doesn't really matter. I'm really just growing this for the sake of having a garden here. I'm not growing it to harvest. But yeah, happy with that. That is, we've got a temporal storm approaching, so that's probably about perfect time to finish, because yeah, the temporal storms are not my favourite at the moment, mainly because of the way that the new mobs work. The mob farm we had really doesn't work, and the Bowtorn are an absolute pain because they don't approach, so that is somewhat of a problem. But let me tell you what, we'll try this. We'll try and get myself in the picky. There's a little bit of Sammy. Let's zoom out, make sure that's in, and there we go. Happy, that will work for me, and I think until next time, thank you very much for watching, guys. I will see you soon. Bye for now.